Perfect. Welcome, guys. Happy Sunday. Well done on some awesome week's training that has gone down this week. We've had some epic runs today. We've had some amazing strength sessions, and a few of us are prepping to get back in the gyms tomorrow as well, which is super exciting. We're just going to work through this evening a nice, primarily upper based stretch, but with some lower and kind of spinal area stretching as well. And also some core stretching too. We're going to be doing 45 minutes. And as always, if you have any issues during the class, just wave at me or unmute yourself. Playlist is in the chat for anyone who would like to use it. And in terms of what you need today, just make sure that you've got a nice cushion. If you do have a band, yoga strap, anything like that available to you, just grab that. And also make sure you've got some water too. And if you're using the playlist, pop it on from the beginning and now. And I am gonna pop over and join you all on the mat. Actually, that's, sorry, one tick, my music's on a tiny bit too loud. There we go. Fab. Okay, so we're going to start from a nice seated position. Grab those cushions and pop them under your bum if it makes it a little bit more comfortable for you. Cross those legs over, and as always, whichever way you've crossed them the other way for me. So we're just stretching out that tighter side of the body a little bit more. Now we're going to start today with a few stretches down the neck, down the tops of the arms. Then we're going to work through the arms themselves, then through to the core and some spinal work as well. So to begin with, pop your right arm out to the mat on the side next to you. Left hand comes up overhead. We're going to take a nice deep breath in. And as you breathe out, we're just going to tilt over to the side. Sink that shoulder down to the floor and feel a nice stretch down the side of the neck and also into the tops of the shoulders as well, especially if you've been doing any overhead pressing or stretching this week as well. Now remember, as always with our stretch sessions, we want to make sure we keep that breathing going throughout. So after we've done these initial exercises, we're just going to work through a few breathing exercises together too. Well done, guys. And back to the middle, left hand out to the side, right hand up overhead. Nice deep breath in and out over to the side. Well done. Oh, very tight today. Now, as we work through the stretch, we're holding for around 30 seconds. So feel free to increase that pressure a little bit or walk those fingers a little bit further to increase the stretch as well. Try not to have that shoulder up by the ear. We want to have it nice and relaxed so that we feel that stretch all down the side. Well done, guys. As always, we're going to be holding these stretches for a little bit longer than usual this evening, just so that we really work into relaxing those muscles and letting go. Back to the middle, we're just going to loop the hands together, pop them behind the head. If you've got a ponytail, loop your thumbs under your ponytail. If not, you can put them flat on your head. A nice deep breath in. And as you breathe out, chin to chest, shoulders down, stretching through the central back and into those shoulders, or scapula as they're called as well. Now take a moment and assess where your shoulders are at. Are they up by your ears? Are they tense? Take a deep breath in, roll them down, relax them. This is just going to help increase that stretch for you. Again, we're just going to stay here for 30 seconds. Nice deep breaths in and out, in and out. Well done, guys. And when you're ready, we're going to come back to that tilt, right hand down to the side, left hand on the head, and straight over into that side tilt again. Just going to work through this cycle another couple of times to help us stretch that neck out a little bit. And as runners and a lot of kind of lower body work in our sessions, we always kind of forget as well that we use our upper body so much, whether that's in your job or in your running, you're always using your upper body. So it's so important to stretch that out as well. And switching sides. Remember, nice deep breathing. And on every exhale, it gives you the opportunity to just lean into it a bit more if you'd like to, and if you can. Well done, guys. Also, using today's session as your time to switch off. If you're comfortable doing so, close those eyes down and try and use my voice as a guide as much as you can. And both hands together, up to the back of the head, deep breath in. And as you breathe out, chin to chest, shoulders relaxed and down. And one more stretch through that back. Well done, guys. Keep it going. Keep the breathing nice and steady. Holding here for another 10. And in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Releasing those arms. Give your head a shake from side to side. We're just going to loosen it off a little bit with some neck rolls. So we're going to start by going chin to chest, over to the right, around and back, and around. We're going to do 5 in this direction before changing and heading the other way. Don't know if anyone's having the same problem as me, but I have so much hair because the hairdresser's been closed that it's just in my eyes when I do this now. 2 more for me, team. As much range of motion as you can get, all the way through those neck cycles. And on this end of this one, back the other way for me. That head goes to the left, round to the back, over to the right, and down to the chest. 5 on this side. Well done. Great work, guys. At your own pace, keep them going. And last one now. Well done. Give those shoulders a bit of a roll. We're going to bring that right arm across the body. Left arm comes up underneath. Nice deep breath in. And on your exhale, bring it in across the body, keeping that shoulder nice and down again, and feeling that nice deep stretch across the top of the bicep and the shoulder as well. Now, again, remember, don't let your shoulder be up here. Try and get it nice and down, and that's really going to aid that stretch a little bit more. And keep that breathing going. Well done. Closing those eyes down if you can. And tuning out from the week. And in 5, in 4, in 3, 2, and 1. The left arm grabs the elbow of the right. We take it up overhead and stretch through that front tricep on the right arm. Oh, a little bit tight. I'm just going to come see that we're all good and okay. Well done, guys. Keep it going. Good work. And we're switching to our left arm stretch in 3, in 2, and 1. The left arm comes across the body, the right arm comes up under, shoulder down, and stretching through. Nice deep breath in and out. Now option, adding in a little bit of a head tilt over to the side that your hand is pointing to. Can just add a little bit more of a stretch for those of you who are feeling that you can go a little bit deeper. Well done. And we're going to come into that tricep stretch on the left arm in 5, in 4, in 3, 2, and 1. Bring it up overhead. And stretching through. As always, don't worry if one side feels tighter than the other. Completely normal. We're also going to work through a little bit of wrist stretching today as well, because we're focusing on upper body. So we're going to come on to that in a second, but it's an area that we definitely don't ever think to stretch. But with us all, well, most of us working at home or in a chair all day, clicking a mouse, typing on a keyboard, even using your phone while you're out and about, it does get quite tense. Great work, guys. And releasing off in 5, in 4, in 3, 2, and 1. Give your arms a nice big circle down for me. And a little bit of a shake out from side to side, whatever you need. Grab a sip of water, have a little break from the session before we go into our next little phase. We're going to come up onto our knees into a tabletop position. Now, if you need, pop a cushion underneath the knees to help with the comfort. The hands should be directly underneath the shoulders and the knees directly underneath the hips. Toes can be tucked or flat, I don't mind one bit. We're going to work through a few cat-cows to start opening up those shoulders a bit more and the back as well, and start stretching into that core. So as we breathe out, we're going to round the shoulders, arch the shoulders, bring them together, belly button goes down to the floor, tail up to the sky, head up to the sky. And as we breathe in, we round the shoulders, suck that belly button in, up to the sky, tail comes down to the floor, and our gaze goes through the legs. And we're just going to work through these at our own pace, wherever you need them. Perhaps you need the cat more than you need the cow. Whatever you need, work through at your own pace and find those areas that need stretching for you. Perhaps you want to wiggle from side to side as well, or round in a bit of a circle, whatever you need. We're just going to spend 60 seconds here listening to our own bodies and what they need. Just going to come check we're all good. Nice stuff. Well done. Keep it going, Sapna. Remember options to add in sides to side, back onto those heels maybe. Wherever you've got any tighter spots that you really want to stretch into. Perhaps try widening those legs a little bit, opening the hips up a little bit more as you go as well, if you wish. Well done, guys. And we're going to come tuck those toes, take our cushion out, flatten the feet, and we're going to sit back into our child's pose. The bum comes back onto the heels, forehead to the floor, and we stretch those arms as far away from us as we can, keeping the shoulders down, So we start to feel a really nice stretch through those shoulders and into that back as well. And we're going to stay here, closing those eyes down, nice and relaxed. Before we move on to a few spinal stretches. Remember, keep that breathing going, in through the nose and sighing out through the mouth. Remember, you've got no one around you, no one can hear you. Feel free to sigh away that week as loud as you like. Well done, guys. And when you're feeling ready, we're going to take that right arm, feed it underneath the left, bring the head onto its right hand side, and coming down, we're going to start stretching through that right shoulder. Again, remember, keep that breathing nice and steady. You should feel this across the right scapula, so across what we call the shoulder blade, and also into the bicep on the arm as well. Well done, guys. And if you'd like to take it a little bit further, that left arm comes up behind you and opens up through the chest as well. But of course, if you want to keep it down on the floor, that's totally fine. As always, today's session is really about you listening to the body and making sure we keep what we need going through those muscles. Well done, guys. And if that arm is on the back, just bring it back over to the floor for me now. Place it down and unwinding the right arm from underneath. Take the left arm, feed it through the gap, coming down onto the left shoulder and stretching out the other way. Give it a bit of a wiggle into position if you need. Find where that stretch is for you. Option, of course, to pop the pillow under your head if you'd like it to be a little bit more comfortable, perhaps. And for those of you who want to take this a little bit further, right arm up and behind the back, opening the chest as well and working through a bit of a chest stretch too. But of course, just staying where we were is absolutely fine as well. We're going to be working through this flow a few times today. A really good focus on our breathing and relaxing. And if that arm is up on the back, just bring it back through for me. Unwrapping that left arm as well. We're going to tuck the toes and push up into our downward dog. Now, this is the first time we've been here, so you're probably going to want to pedal those ankles and feet out a little bit. That's absolutely fine. Remember, we're mainly focusing on the upper body today, but there will be a few stretches for the lower body as well. This is our first one though, so of course we'll be a little bit tight to begin with. Well done, guys. Keep pedaling. If you feel ready, of course, come into a flat. Perhaps just come through one knee and then the other knee nice and deep, whatever you would like. That bum goes as high up to the ceiling as you can. And really slowly, we're going to come forwards to a high plank position. Lower the knees to the floor, to untuck the toes. Slowly lower the chest to the floor as well. Hands by the side, by the chest. And we're going to come up into our cobra. Stretching through that back, stretching through the chest. Take the legs as wide as you like, wherever you need them today. My hips are quite tight as well, so taking them a bit wider adds quite a nice hip stretch too. But if you're comfortable just stretching through that core, then nice and narrow is fine. Well done, guys. If you need, lower back down, reset, and push back through. Try and release those glutes. We often tense them when we're in this stretch. So try and release them, keep them nice and relaxed, not adding tension to the body. And when you're ready, we're going to lift through and come back to that child's pose once more. Well done, guys. And together here, before we move into our next round, we're just going to work through a few breathing exercises as a group together. So we're going to breathe in for 4 and out for 4. I'm going to count us all together so that we can try and get a little bit of control under that breathing. So with me, we're going to breathe in for 4. Let's go. In, 2, 3, 4. And sigh it away. 2, 3, 4. And in, 2, 3, 4. And out. 2, 3, 4. And in, 2, 3, 4. And out. 2, 3, 4. Well done, guys. And coming back up into our tabletop, slide your cushion under the knees if you'd like. We're just going to work through a little bit of that wrist stretching that I promised now. So this is going to feel a little bit awkward potentially to begin with. And for some, it might feel a little bit too much. If it is too much, come back to working through those cat-cows and work through the back instead. For those of you who'd like to give the wrist stretching a try, from your tabletop position, the first thing we're going to do is just change those hand positions so that both hands are facing outwards to begin with. Now you might start to feel a little bit of tension in those inner forearms. And what we're going to do is try and rotate the inside of the elbow forwards a little bit. So as we stretch it round and forwards, we should start to feel a little bit of a stretch through, and rotating it backwards towards the belly, we should start to feel a stretch through the outer forearm as well. So just working through forwards and inwards at your own pace. It does feel a little bit funny to start with. Stretching some areas of the arm that I think we forget we even have. Well done. And when we're ready, you can take it one step further. We're just going to turn the left hand onto the back of the hand, like so. The right hand's going to stay palm to the floor. And all we're going to do is shift the weight forwards and backwards. Now, when you're forwards, it should feel quite loose and okay. But as you come back, you should start to feel a really deep stretch in that wrist. Now, don't stretch any further than around a 7 out of 10. Breathing nice and through. An option here, of course, to keep that movement going, or if you want the deeper stretch and it feels okay for you, then staying in that deeper stretch. Of course, if this is too much for you at any point, just come back to those cat-cows that we are working through. Well done, team. And releasing, give that left wrist a little bit of a roll out, a bit of a shake off. That one comes down flat, and the right hand's going to take over. So we turn it onto the back of the hand. And again, forwards with our weights, and then back. Now, one of these, if you're right-handed, your right hand is likely to be a lot tighter than the other. If you're left-handed, then your left hand was probably a bit tighter. Nothing to worry about there. It's just the arm that we quite literally get more use out of, really. A lot of built up tension. Well done, guys. And as always, if you want to take it a little bit lighter, you can rock forwards and backwards. And if it's too much, coming back out to those cat-cows. And releasing off. Give it a shake. Hands back to the floor. We're going to unloose those cushions, knees out wide, and back down into our child's pose. Threading the right arm through the left, we're coming back to that nice upper shoulder stretch. Option to pop your head on a cushion or use your hand if you wish. And again, for those wanting to take it further, that left arm comes up and over the back. Opening up that chest a little bit as well, but no pressure. Whichever you're feeling your body needs today is totally fine. Well done, guys. And in 10 seconds, we're going to release off and feed that left arm through the right. In 5, in 4, in 3, in 2, and 1. That right arm comes back through, untuck that left from behind, left arm through under the right, and stretching through that left shoulder. Option, of course, for the right to go up and over the back, if you wish. And just remember, keeping that breathing going as well. Good work, Em and Steph, taking it a little bit further there. Keep it going, Rowan. Nice deep breathing. In through that nose, out through the mouth. Well done. And coming back to center together in 5, in 4, in 3, 2, and 1. Tucking those toes, we're going to come up into our downward dog. Now, this is our second time here, so you might feel like you've got a little bit more range of motion now. Happy for you to come down into a static stretch if you wish, but if you need, of course, keep those legs pedaling. Not a problem at all. As I said today, we're mainly focusing on that upper body. Next week, we're going to be working through a lower focused session before a full body session the week after. Well done, guys. And when you're ready, walking through to our high plank again, lowering those knees to the floor, lowering the chest to the floor, hands to the side of the chest, and when you're ready, pushing up into, oh, got hair on my face, oh, there we go, into that cobra. Now this time, a little bit of an extra option. We can twist and look over the left shoulder, look over the right shoulder, and that's going to add a little bit of a stretch into the front of each hip and into the obliques as well. Now this is purely optional. And remember, whenever you need, you feel free to come out of the cobra onto the chest. Give your wrists a wiggle and reset. That is not a problem at all. Well done, guys. Well done. And we're going to come back into a kneeling position. Grab yourself another sip of water. Finish this little section. Well done. We're going to move into a few spinal stretches now before we do a few lower body stretches, just to round off the session and make sure that the body is nice and balanced as well. So unwrapping the legs, we're going to come through to our cross-legged position again. As always, option to use your cushion underneath the bum if you would like to for comfort. I'm going to be doing these exercises sideways just so you can see where we should be placed posturally, but wherever you want to do them is absolutely fine. For our first exercise, we're just going to roll the shoulders up to the ears and back down. The right hand is going to come onto the left knee. The left arm is going to come behind us. We're going to breathe in. And as we breathe out, we're going to turn to face that back arm. You should feel a nice stretch down from the left shoulder across to the right hip. Now you can walk that arm a little bit further round, wherever you want to adapt this stretch for yourself and your range of motion. Well done, guys. Great work. Keep that breathing going. Imagine that breath when it comes in through the nose, literally flowing through the nose, down the throat, into the back. And then as you sigh it away, sighing out any tension that was there. Well done. Then coming back to the middle, left hand comes over to the right leg, right arm comes behind, deep breath in. And as we breathe out, twisting towards the back right arm and feeling a nice stretch across the mid spine. Well done, guys. I'm just going to come see that we're all good. You can get a little bit twisted and confused during this stretch sometimes, but we all look like we're okay. Well done, Sapna. No. Really great work, team. These stretches, when we hold them for a prolonged period of time, can be really quite intense, but they will do you the world of good when you wake up tomorrow morning feeling fresh as a daisy. And in 5 seconds, we're going to come out and back to center in 3, in 2, and 1. Well done. I'm going to turn, actually, I'm going to stay sideways for this one. Both hands come onto the knees. We're going to do our cat-cows, but from a seated position. So the reason I want to show you this one today is because it's quite a nifty one that you can actually do whilst you're at your desk and no one would ever know. So knees on hands, hands on knees. We're going to round the shoulders, tuck the belly in, tuck the tail underneath. The chin comes to the chest and we round through that back, just as we would if we were doing it on all fours, but we're sitting down instead. Easily done in your desk chair during a Zoom meeting, you know, just do it, see if anyone notices. And then rounding through the other way, our chest comes out, shoulders come together at the back, rounding through the back and looking forwards. And we're just going to work through one more each way. So rounding through, sucking that belly button in, shoulders as far apart from each other as they can be. And back the other way, curving the back, eyes up, chest forward. Well done, guys. Great work. Give it a little shake off. We're going to come down now onto the floor. So slide your cushion behind you so that you can use it as a little headrest. As I said, we're going to work through a few lower body stretches now, just so that we don't feel really top heavy as well. So slowly laying down on the floor. Oh, a few cracks in the back there. Sorry if you heard that. We're going to start off by stretching through the feet a little bit. Now, this is going to seem really weird, but very important. So bringing your right foot up, just grab the back of your right leg with your arm. And literally all we're going to do is flex the foot so that the toes point back towards the head and then point the foot away from us. That's literally it, but we're going to do it nice and slow. Now, if you were a ballerina as a kid, or you still are now, or you've got kids that do ballet, then you might know this as good toes, naughty toes. But it's also a really great slow moving stretch that's going to stretch out our ankles, but also help to stretch out our shins when we point and our calves when we flex as well. Really simple one. Again, you can do this under your desk. You can do this where on the loo, you can do this loads of different places. Just remember though, that this can also be used as an activation stretch, in which case we'd be doing it a lot faster. This here, we're using it as a relaxant stretch, so we want to be moving through it nice and slowly. One more flex back towards the head, and one more point away from us, holding the point for 5, for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower that right leg down to the floor, bring the left leg up into the hands, and we're doing it exactly the same, flexing toes back towards the forehead as far as you can. Nice stretch through that shin, and as we point away, oh, there we go, through the calf. Oh, that cramps. If you get cramp, just shake it off. Nice, guys, keep it going. Remember, slow and steady is what we want here. No need to be moving through these at a super fast pace. The idea is we keep the muscle stretched and relaxed. Well done. Great work. 2 more each way. Nice big point of those toes. Remember, keep that breathing going as well. Into a flex. And one more point for me. And in 3, 2, and 1, lower that left leg down to the floor. Well done, guys. You might have a little bit of tension in the hips from doing that, so just give them a little bit of a little wiggle out to the side and back, perhaps both legs at the same time, windscreen wiper, whatever you need, just to shake it off. We're going to go into a little bit of a glute stretch now, so bringing the right leg over the left leg, we're going to lean through the gap, hold on to the back of the left hamstring, and pull in towards us. You should feel a really nice deep stretch down through the right hip and into the right glute as well. Now, for those of us, not me, who have a lot of range of motion in their hips, you can add a little bit of pressure by taking your right hand and popping it just inside the right knee, not on the knee, but just inside to the left, and adding a little bit of pressure there will increase the stretch for you. Purely optional, just if you're struggling to feel the stretch or would like a little bit more, then the option is there for you. We're going to take a nice deep breath in. Sigh it away. Keep those breaths going. Well done, guys. Holding here for another 10. Embracing the stretch. And in 5, in 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower that left leg to the floor. That right leg stays with us. If you are using a band today, grab it. If not, I will show you an alternative. We're going to bring that right leg up and extend it. If you're using a band, loop it around the foot and use it to bring the leg back towards you to stretch through this hamstring. Now, you can either keep the left foot bent on the floor or you can stretch it out, whichever one you like. Having it stretched out is going to make this quite a lot more intense. Having it bent is going to relax it a little bit more for you. Depends where you're at today. As you pull back, try and keep it to about a 7 out of 10 and a slight bend in the knee. For those of you without a band, simply latch on to the back of the hamstring and bring the leg towards you. Try and keep the foot flexed. That's going to help stretch through the calf, back the lower leg as well. And with each exhale, simply see if you can add a little bit more to the stretch and take it a little bit further. Nice deep breath in and out. Well done. staying here for another 10 seconds. Oh, I've got the shakes. Has anyone else got the shakes? And in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Releasing off. Leg goes back down to the floor. Give them a shake. Bend them back up. That left knee comes over, left foot, sorry, comes over onto the right knee, through the gap, and coming into that glute stretch on our left hip. Now, as always, one is likely to feel tighter than the other. That is a-okay. If you want to add the addition, it's the left hand to the inside of the left knee. You want to be, if you put your hand on the side of your knee, then where your thumb is, that's where you want your little finger to be. So you want to be about hand's distance away from the knee, just to keep the joint nice and safe. But if this is enough for you, simply stay here. Well done, guys. And in 10 seconds, I'm going to release off and come into that hamstring and calf stretch on the left leg. In 5, in 4, in 3, in 2, and 1. Lowering the right foot either to flat or fully to the floor. That left leg comes up, wrapping your band or just using your hands on the hamstring. We're going to come into that hamstring stretch. Now remember, that leg can either be flat or up, I don't mind at all, but we should be feeling a nice stretch down the back of this leg muscle and also into the calf as well. Those of you using a band, you're likely to feel this more strongly in your hamstring, and those of you not using a band, likely to feel this a little bit more in your calf. And if you get the shakes, don't worry, because I've got them too. Just keep breathing. Really nice work, guys. If you haven't already managed to close those eyes down, we don't have many stretches left. So use this opportunity as your little break from the day, from the kids, from the partner, from whatever is running around the house right now, maybe the dog, maybe the cat. And in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, release and lower that leg. Both legs flat to the floor, give them a shake. We're going to go into one last spinal twist. So when you're ready, the right arm comes out to the side, either as a T or out straight, whichever you've got space for. The left hand takes the right knee. The head turns towards the right hand, and we twist over to the left hand side, likely to feel a little bit of a crack in that back. So the head should be facing right towards the right arm, and the left hand should have brought the right leg over to the left hand side. Well done, guys. I'm just going to come check we're okay, because this is another little tricky one where sometimes we get a little bit muddled. Perfect. Well done. Nice, Satna. Well done, Georgina. Keep it going. And in 3, in 2, and 1, releasing. Left arm comes out to the side. Right hand grabs on to the left knee. Gaze to the left, leg to the right. Oh, and if anyone just heard my back pop, I am very sorry. Keep that breathing going. Such a nice stretch, this one. One of my favorites. Might feel a little bit of a stretch through the chest as well. That's absolutely fine. Nothing to worry about. Well done, guys. And in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, coming back to center. Those legs come flat to the floor. Shut those eyes down. Palms open to the sky. And we're just going to lie here together and take 3 deep breaths together. Breathing in through the nose. Let's go. Sighing out through the mouth. One more, in through the nose. Out through the mouth. One more, in through the nose. And sigh it away. Now, either stay here, have a little nap, or if you're ready, carefully bring yourself up, seated, blink those eyes open, and welcome back, guys. I'm going to pop over, I'm just going to have a sip of water before I do so. I think I'm losing my voice. Perfect. Well done, guys. Well done on some great stretching this session. How's everyone feeling? Nice and zen? Normally nice and zen. Steph's looking at me with her avocado. I love your top. Well done, guys. It was lovely to see you today. Hi, Rowan. She's back with her washing. It's lovely to see you guys this evening. And as always, I'll upload this session to True Coach later this evening. So if you find yourself wanting another stretch session, remember that in the documents section, you can find our whole back catalogue of stretch and reset classes, all with the playlist links as well for you. So that is everything for today. As always, you know where I am. I'll be checking in with everyone tomorrow as I do. But if you need anything in the meantime, just give me a shout. All right, guys, enjoy the rest of your evenings. I hope you have a lovely Sunday. Bye.